Okay. I was hoping there'd be a podium so you didn't know I'm cheating. Thank you. Okay, 1 year ago, last October, I sat in the audience, just as you are, except you're standing, and listened to the stories of coming out. And it's because of those stories that I'm here today. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. My story, as is the case of most transgendered people, is twofold. And I'm going to share with you both of my stories. The first time I came out was in 2004, when I informed my friends, my sister, my children, and my spouse that I was going to transition from male to female. The reaction was mixed. My spouse said, "Well, this explains a lot." My sister said, "I knew that." My two preteen sons said, "Whatever, as long as you keep your sense of humor." This event marked the end of my marriage, and it also ended my publishing career. I then became an over-the-road truck driver and spent the next nearly 3 years slowly morphing from a male to a female. For the most part, it went fine. It was at that time that I started writing my book, Gypsy Moon. By the summer of 2007, I had completed my transition and had moved to Portland, Oregon, where I worked as a cocktail waitress and a bartender. I was now beginning to enjoy life as a female. I worked my way through paralegal college and was living the dream. I was the beer goddess. I was one of the girls. I was welcomed in the ladies' locker room at the Portland Trailblazer games, where I worked as a cocktail waitress in the VIP lounge. I also found myself back in the closet. I did not want to ruin all this. I was faced with a dilemma. I had written a book that would essentially expose myself to the world. I was living under a facade, and I didn't want to come out from under it. What would all my new friends and coworkers say if they found out that I once was a male? That was my biggest fear. In 2009, I moved to Phoenix and started working in a law firm as a paralegal. Gypsy Moon was essentially dead. I decided not to publish it because I did not want my secret to be known by my new coworkers, my new friends. And now for the second part of my coming out story. Last October 10th, 2010, at Out Day, I sat in the audience and listened to one story after another of courage and inspiration. And as I sat there, I began to question my own courage. And I went home and sat in my recliner and meditated for hours. Darkness came, and I was still sitting in the dark, asking myself, why am I hiding this story that could be so much help to so many people, simply because I did not want to out myself? I asked myself, what would be the repercussions if I went ahead and finished the book and published it? But more importantly, what would be the benefit? Could my story prevent one suicide? Could my story provide enough inspiration to one person to give them the strength to continue on the journey? The answer was yes. I turned on the lights, went to my computer, and announced to the world that I am finishing my book. It was 10:10 at night on 10/10/2010 when I made that announcement. Since then, I have received an extraordinary amount of support from my coworkers and from the motorcycle group that I ride with. I am very pleasantly surprised. And I'm here to tell you today, even though I came out twice, it feels damn good to be myself. Thank you very much. And by the way, I'm going to be at the Phoenix Pride booth for most of the afternoon signing my book, if y'all want to come by.
Give it up for the lovely Miss Pamela Rose. Always gorgeous. Love you, girl. All right, our next speaker is not here because she's in Houston.